Welcome to the Practice Profit System podcast. Do you own a cash-based practice? Are you looking to start one? Tired of working endless hours and still not making enough money? Want to fire your insurance company? Then you're going to love our podcast. Each episode is full of insights and proven strategies to grow your practice to 7 figures and more, allowing you to take more time off, make more money, and no longer have to take insurance reimbursements. Plus, get a free copy of my book, The Anatomy of a 7-Figure Medical Practice, where I detail my entire journey to creating my own 7-figure practice. Just go to www.srpmedicalmarketing.com/book. You just pay $7.95 in shipping and handling, and you'll also get over $1,197 in free bonuses. That's www.srpmedicalmarketing.com/book. Now, on to our show.
Hey everybody, it's Matt, and I'm back after a couple of weeks off. Welcome to the Practice Profit System podcast. And, hey, every once in a while, you got to take a little bit of time off. Hope you enjoyed our best of series that we sent out, 2 of our most favorite and popular podcasts over the last couple of months. And today, what we're going to do is we're going to dive into building trust. Now, you might be wondering, why in the world do we need to build trust? Because, Matt, I am a medical professional after all. Well, the reality is that people buy from people that they know, like, and trust. And there's a lot of different ways that you can build that trust. But trust is the foundation of every purchase decision that you ever make in your life. And just simply by being a nurse practitioner, or naturopath, or doctor, or DO, or having certification or great fellowships or whatever, that's just not enough. And it's not enough, by the way, for you to have lots of great Google reviews, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about how to build trust. And quite frankly, one of the best ways to build trust is through utilizing a tool like a podcast. So one of the things that I love to do is I love to do something one time and then use it as many different ways as I possibly can, which is one of the reasons why I love podcasts. Now, I'm going to walk you through a layout, but I don't want you to get stuck on the fact that, well, gosh, Matt, I'm not great on video or I'm not a fantastic writer. What if this was all done for you? I'm not going to pitch you anything right now, but I'm just going to walk you through what we do. So here's first and foremost, before I do that, let me explain to you why this is so important. See, the problem with most of the marketing and lead generation that med spas and practices do is that they try to focus just on one thing or 1 or 2 things in order to get people to come in. And that's usually some kind of online, Facebook, TikTok ad, something like that. They have some kind of special discount offer, or they'll do Groupon. Groupon sucks, don't do Groupon. But they do something like that, and then they really are basically out there with one way to get a customer. And that's a horrible, horrible thing to do. And the problem with Facebook is, if you listen to any of my prior podcasts, and while I love to generate leads via Facebook, Facebook is like the lowest value lead. You're going to have a lot of frogs come through before you get anything that resembles some kind of low-grade prince, okay? So it just is going to take a little bit of time to make that work. So what do you do in the interim? Well, those leads that come in, we want to build so that they know us, so they like us, and so they trust us. This is step 2 of the stairway system. And when people know, like, and trust you, they will pay more for your services, okay? Let me give you an example of this. Recently, we just had a whole patio built in our backyard. We have a detached garage, and we have this natural courtyard. And this natural courtyard was just kind of this nasty, kind of sloped, grassy area. And quite frankly, it wasn't really nice. It was hard for grass to grow back there because it got a lot of shade. And so I love to cook outside, and I love to smoke food and do all this stuff and spend a lot of time outside working. And so we wanted to build something really, really nice. Well, the thing is that we talked to a lot of contractors about doing this. And we actually went with the one who was the most expensive. And the reason why we went with the one who was the most expensive wasn't because of the type of bricks that they had. It wasn't because of they had better quality plants, or their lighting was going to be cooler, or their design was any better. It had nothing to do with that. It had to do with the fact that we got to know them, we started to trust them, and we really liked them. Okay. So this took a little bit of time. We actually started looking at this a year before we actually contracted with somebody. And then it was another 4 months to get in line to get it built. Okay. So this is like a 16-month process, right? And this process of building trust we went through lots and lots of frogs. Okay. So think about this. We spent a lot of money in our backyard. I won't tell you how much we spent, but we spent a lot of money in our backyard. Okay. And the interesting thing was all of these companies were, coming in at $20,000, $25,000 quotes, $70,000 quotes, $50,000 quotes, $60,000 quotes. We didn't pay 70. All these different quotes. And what was interesting to me? Only one of them took the time to get to know us, our true desires, and then spent time following up with us. Okay. This is a really important part. Now, they all had, by the way, all of them had 4+ star reviews. Okay. All of them had great pictures. All of them had great websites. All of them were licensed and bonded. Okay. So why did we decide to go with the group that we did? Because of know, like, and trust. Again, like and trust. So how do they do that? Well, there's a couple of things. One, they sent us emails, and a lot of the other people sent us emails, a very important component. But they sent us emails particular to our situation. I want to hear that. I want you to hear that again. They sent emails to us about our particular situation. Okay. They sent information with regards to our particular situation. Instead of sending us the backyard of like the big pool and the fountains and all that, because we didn't have space for that, and I really don't want a pool, they sent pictures and drafts and outlines and things of that nature that were related to our specific type space. Now, we also got to know our account rep, and we got to know him and like him and trust him, that when we did have a few challenges during construction, things were able to be handled very, very quickly. And so how does this relate to your practice? Well, you have to build lots of different ways for people to trust you. Okay. And again, it's not about the machine and it's not about your degree. Those are probably the lowest factors. So what do? One, like I said, is something like this. Now, what I do is I record this. If you're watching this on video on YouTube, this video recording is then taken, and there's a couple of things that are done with it. We create a podcast out of it. I have a group out of the Philippines that I pay under $1,000 a month. They take this, and we do this weekly, and they send out my podcast, right? They have everything set up. They rip out this video and they put it out there. They put the bumpers front and back. We then also put this on YouTube and Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter, I think, and probably TikTok and a couple of other places. And we do a transcript and we put it on listen notes. And then my copywriter takes this and she writes emails for me every single week. So I'm doing something one time, and then it's done multiple different times. Now, you may sit there and go, but Matt, I don't have a podcast team. I don't have a copywriter. I don't have any of that. Well, you can contact our office and I'll be more than happy to talk to you about how to do that. We actually do some of that for our clients, or I can give you the information of our team. Happy to share that with you. But if you can just do a simple video like this, it can be used in lots of different ways. And I'm going to let you in a little hint. You will be amazed at how many people listen to podcasts, even for local markets. You will be absolutely stunned. You will be stunned at the number of people who watched videos. When we had our own clinics, we weren't doing podcasts, but we were doing videos. Some of our videos had 25,000 views in Charlotte and Raleigh alone. 25,000 views. We would have people that would come in and they'd go, I watched all your stuff. I've been following you for 6 months. I'm ready. Okay. So you have to take the time to build trust. If you are just going to be hoping that your leads are going to magically work and it's going to solve all of your problems, you have to create this trust. You have to do it. You don't get a choice of whether or not this is something you want to do. You have to do this, okay? But it can be done in a very simple, easy way. This is actually some of the stuff that we work on in Business Mastery Fellowship. I actually have an entire segment set on this, so I'm not going to go into all the particular details because that's not fair to people who have invested money to work with me, okay? Again, you work with me, you invest money to work with me. I give you my best stuff, okay? Now, granted, some of this is, I'm just kind of digging in here and saying, hey, this is the concept of what you want to do. But again, if you want to know the actual step-by-steps, you know what you need to do? You need to work with me. Okay, it's that simple. People who work with me get amazing results, with me and my team, I should say, because it's not just me. I have an amazing team that sits behind me. All right. So build trust, get people to like you and let them know you a little bit. Those are the keys. All right, everybody, have a great day. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you for listening to the Practice Profit System. As always, feel free to like, share, comment, review, all of that great stuff. We appreciate you very, very much. Have a great day. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much for listening. If you liked this episode, take a moment and share it with your fellow medical professionals, or post a positive comment and rate it on wherever you just listened. Now, don't forget, you can get a copy of my book, The Anatomy of a Seven-Figure Medical Practice, for free. Just pay $7.95 in shipping and handling. Plus, you'll get over $1,197 in free bonus material. Simply go to srpmedicalmarketing.com/book. That's srpmedicalmarketing.com/book. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next week.